duplet rule applies only to hydrogen and helium. Okay, so what is duplet rule? So we learned that last class, we learned that an atom has a nucleus in the center. Okay, this is the structure of an atom. Okay, so this, there is a nucleus in the center. This is, okay, does everybody know what an atom is? First, let me ask that question. I wanted you to answer.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, atom is the smallest particle of an element and it may or may not exist independently in the world.
Perfect, very good. All right. So if I have basically a structure of an atom has a nucleus. Inside the nucleus, I have protons and neutrons. Protons are positively charged. And around the nucleus, I have orbits. Okay, in these orbits, I have electrons revolving around the nucleus. Electrons are negatively charged. Okay, so protons and neutrons inside the nucleus, electrons revolve around the nucleus, just like planets revolve around the sun. They revolve in their respective orbits around the nucleus. Now, these orbits were named as K, orbit or shell, okay? So orbit or shell, they're the same thing, no difference, okay? So they started naming from K. So the first orbit is the K orbit, L, and then the outer orbits increase in order, L, M, N, and so on, okay? So first orbit is called K, then L, M, N. So the naming starts from the letter K. Now, the rule is that K orbit or K shell can only take a maximum of 2 electrons. Okay, so it can only take a maximum of 2 electrons. It cannot take more than 2 electrons. Okay, so when I say K shell, so in order for something to satisfy duplet rule, its outermost shell should be the K shell. So duplet rule. So duplet rule states that when K shell is the outermost shell, it should have 2 electrons. Okay. So for an atom to be stable.
Duplet rule states that when K shell is the outermost shell, it should have 2 electrons for an atom to be stable. This means that the shell can only have 2 electrons, so that then only the atom can be stable. It won't be radioactive.
No, not radioactive, reactive.
Reactive, okay.
Okay. So can you give me an example of a stable atom which follows the duplet rule?
Helium.
Very good, excellent.
Can it also be like, can duplet rule also work? Like suppose there's a number and the last shell has 2, so does the duplet rule work there also?
So if let's say instead of K shell, my last shell is M or N, okay? Then that duplet rule does not work there. There only the octet rule works, because the maximum number of electrons that N and M shell will take in order to be stable will be 8. Okay?
So ma'am, so only helium, like duplet rule only works on helium.
Helium and hydrogen, that's it. So I'll tell you how hydrogen can become stable, okay? Okay, so Bhavya's question, can you explain how to find the atomic number if we have the valencies? Bhavya, good question. The thing is, if you have the valencies, you cannot find out the atomic number. Okay? In order to find the atomic number, you need to know how many protons are present. Okay, sure, I'll give you an example. So let's see. Lithium, okay? What is the atomic number? Okay, lithium. What is the electronic configuration of lithium? Or tell me the
2 and
yes.
1.
2 and 1. Very good. So the atomic number of lithium is 3. Okay. So atomic number is represented by the letter Z, and the atomic number for lithium is 3. Similarly, for sodium, the atomic number is 11. Okay. So when I write the electronic configuration, I'm basically telling how many electrons are present in each shell, or in each orbit, how many electrons are present. So electronic configuration means how many electrons are present in each orbit. So if I have to write the electronic configuration of lithium, it will be 2, 1. Why? Because the first shell can only take 2 electrons. So first I'll fill the first shell with 2 electrons, then the remaining electron will go into the next shell. So 2 electrons in the K shell and 1 electron in the L shell. Okay. Similarly, for sodium, it will be 2, 8, 1. Okay. So over here in sodium, it is 2, 8, 1 because K shell can only take 2 electrons. It cannot take more than 2 electrons. L shell can only take 8 electrons. It cannot take more than 8 electrons. 2 plus 8, 10. Remaining is 1 more electron. So that will go into the next shell, which is the M shell. Okay, so this is the electronic configuration of lithium and sodium. Did you understand this, Bhavya? Okay, so 2, 1, 2, 8, 1. So lithium is 2, 1. Sodium is 2, 8, 1. Now, if I look at the outermost shell, I have 1, 1 electron each. So the valency of these two, both of them, the valency of lithium. So the outermost shell is called the valence shell. Okay. So valency of both these are 1. Okay. Lithium and sodium, both of them have valency 1. So just by looking at the valency, am I able to tell the atomic number of lithium and sodium? Is it possible? No, exactly. So you need to know the number of protons in order to tell the valency. Or if it is a stable atom, then you can even tell from the number of electrons. Okay, but yes, if the electronic configuration is given, then you can tell. But just by looking at the valency, you cannot tell. Does that answer your question, Bhavya? So the duplet rule is done. Okay, now let's talk about valency. Now, we know that the outermost shell in these two cases, lithium and sodium, it is 1. Okay, the number of electrons in the outermost shell is 1. Now, we know that according to the duplet rule, according to the octet rule, what does the octet rule state? How many electrons should it have in the outermost shell? 8. Very good. Yes, Priscilla, what is your other doubt? Can you ask again? Because I don't remember.
Ma'am, I asked that like normally non-metals, they take electrons, and because they have many electrons, they can't give so many. And metals, they give electrons, but you said carbon has 4, which is like they can, you said it's a special case. So what they do, you said you'll explain.
Yes, so we will come to that. I have to go step by step, okay? So that by the end of the class, you will have the answer, all right? So we know that octet rule, meaning that in order for an atom to be stable, it will try to reach 8 electrons in its outermost shell. And in case of duplet rule, it states that for an electron to be stable, its K shell, if the K shell is the outermost shell, then it will try to reach 2 electrons in the K shell. So now let's see how do we use that in finding out the reactive capacity of an element. Okay, how capable is an element in terms of reacting with other elements? Okay, so we know that some elements, for example, argon. Helium has atomic number 2. Neon has atomic number 10. Argon has atomic number 18. Okay, so if I write the electronic configuration, then that will be 2, 2, 8, 2, 8, 8. Okay, so now if we notice, this is satisfying the duplet rule. This is satisfying the octet rule. And this is also satisfying the octet rule. Okay, so all of these are satisfying either the duplet or the octet rule, which is why these are noble gases. Okay, noble gases do not react, they are completely stable. And all other elements in the periodic table, they try to achieve the noble gas configuration. Okay, so all of the elements, they try to achieve a stable state, just like, you know, all these noble gases. So they are not stable, all the elements are not stable, but they try to be stable by attaining it, by either complying with the octet rule or the duplet rule. Okay, so let's take for example lithium. Okay, lithium has atomic number 3. Okay, if lithium has atomic number 3, its electron configuration will be 2, 1. Now, lithium can lose 1 electron to gain duplet configuration, or it can gain 7 electrons to attain octet configuration. A symbol for atomic number. Okay, any of the 7 chemical elements that make up group 18 of the periodic table. That is correct, Karthik. But how can they not have a valency? Unmana, they do have a valency, and the valency is 0. How is the valency 0? I will tell you. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so the K shell is completely full in helium. That means there are no more extra electrons and there are no less electrons. Okay, so that means the valency is 0. Now if I look at lithium, I have this over here. Okay, it is the L shell, correct? And what rule applies to the L shell? Octet rule or duplet rule?
Octet.
Octet rule, correct. Did you understand that, Unmana?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so octet rule applies to lithium. So in order for, now what happens for lithium, octet rule applies. So that means it has to try to get 7 more electrons in order to be stable, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it has to get 7 more electrons in order to be stable, or it has to lose this 1 electron in order to apply the duplet rule. Did you understand, Unmana?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I don't understand, like, why does it have, like, why does it need more 7 to, you know, I didn't understand that part.
Okay, why does it need 7 more?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, look at neon. Okay, we know neon is satisfying the octet rule, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So why is it satisfying the octet rule, Arna?
Because it has 8. Like, its last shell has 8.
Its last shell has 8. So even lithium will try to attain that stable configuration by satisfying the octet rule. That is why it already has 1 electron in that shell, and it needs how many more electrons, Arna?
It needs more 7 electrons.
Yes. So in order for it to be stable, it needs 7 more electrons. Did you understand, Arna?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, that is one way for it to attain octet configuration, is to somehow gain 7 electrons in the outermost shell, and then it can attain the octet configuration just like neon. Or the other possibility is,
Ma'am,
yes,
can I ask one question that I forgot?
yes, one by one. Syed, go ahead.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of element?
What is the meaning of element?
Yes.
Okay, element is like the purest form of a substance. For example, iron is an element, oxygen is an element, like lithium, helium, hydrogen. Any substance in its purest form is called an element.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay,
Hello.
yes, Kanishka, go ahead.
Ma'am, according to this rule, number of atoms, number of electrons in K shell is only 2 in all the elements.
Say that again.
Ma'am, according to Duplex rule, the number of electron in K shell always 2, always be 2 in all the elements.
Yes, the maximum number, not according to duplet rule. By default, K shell will have only 2 electrons. It cannot take more than 2 electrons. K shell cannot take more than 2 electrons, okay? That is the capacity of K shell. It can only take 2 electrons. Okay?
Ma'am,
yes, Kanish.
What is the maximum number of electron that can contained in M shell?
18. Okay, so the maximum number of electrons that can be in the M shell is 18, but what happens is after 8 electrons, it starts filling in the next shell. So it will never reach up to 18, it will just stop at 8, and after 8 it will go on to the next shell. Did you understand?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Any other questions?
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes, Bhavya.
Ma'am, are there any particular number of shells that an atom could have, or it depends upon the number of electrons?
It always depends on the number of electrons. If electrons are there, then there will be more shells. If electrons are less, there will be less shells. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.